Good evening. I'm Sarah Martinez, and welcome to Nothing News Under the Sun, where we report the news so you don't have to cry about it alone.
And I'm Mike Thompson. Tonight's top story: the U.S. Senate has passed what experts are calling the legislative equivalent of ordering everything on the menu when you're really hungry and also possibly having a breakdown.
That's right, Mike. The bill includes tax breaks for the wealthy, cuts to social programs, increased funding for mass detention, AI deregulation, and, my personal favorite, taxes on solar panels, because apparently the sun was getting too cocky.
Now, Sarah, I have to ask, when they say tax breaks for the wealthy, are we talking about people who own yachts or people who own yachts that have smaller yachts inside them?
Great question, Mike. According to our sources, if you have to ask, you probably don't qualify. But hey, at least Medicaid and food assistance are getting cut, so we'll all be losing weight together. It's like a national diet plan, except instead of choosing to eat less, the government just makes food harder to afford.
Speaking of food, I tried to buy lunch today with cryptocurrency, but apparently my Bitcoin wallet was hacked by an AI that's now running for city council.
And that brings us to another part of this bill, the deregulation of artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency. Congress has basically said, you know what? Let's just see what happens. It's like giving a toddler car keys and saying, drive safe.
I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords, especially if they could help me understand why we're taxing wing farms. What's next? Charging trees for being too tall? Fining clouds for loitering?
Mike, you joke, but I wouldn't put it past them. The Congressional Budget Office estimates this bill will add $3.3 trillion to the national debt. For context, that's roughly the GDP of Germany, or about 66 billion Starbucks lattes.
Now, I'm no economist, Sarah, but isn't adding $3.3 trillion to the debt while cutting social programs like trying to lose weight by eating only cake? Very expensive cake.
Exactly, Mike. It's fiscal responsibility, the same way jumping off a cliff is an exercise routine. But don't worry, Vice President J.D. Vance was there to cast the tie-breaking vote, because nothing says thoughtful deliberation like leaving major national decisions to a coin flip.
Speaking of the vice president, I heard he celebrated by buying a solar panel just to watch it get taxed. Is that true?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, Mike, but our sources do say he was seen laughing maniacally while filling out renewable energy tax forms.
Now, we want to assure our viewers that despite the mass detention funding increase, we'll continue reporting from our secure, undisclosed location, also known as Mike's Basement.
That's right. We've stocked up on emergency coffee and have a generator powered by the sheer force of our journalistic integrity. It's surprisingly efficient.
Sarah, what's your take on the end of renewable energy subsidies? As someone who owns a Prius, I'm assuming you're devastated.
Well, Mike, I was going to install solar panels, but now I'm considering just pointing a really bright flashlight at my roof and calling it even. At least flashlights are taxed yet, though I probably shouldn't give them ideas.
You know what the real tragedy is? All these changes to healthcare and social programs, and still no congressional mandate for free therapy. And after reading this bill, we're all gonna need it.
Mike, I actually called my therapist earlier, and she said she's booked solid through 2027. Apparently, half the country have the same idea.
We're getting some breaking news here. Apparently, the cryptocurrency market has responded to the deregulation by creating a new coin called Chaos Coin, which can only be mined by screaming at your computer.
That actually sounds more stable than most crypto. And speaking of chaos, let's talk about what this means for ordinary Americans. If you're wealthy, congratulations. If you're not, well, have you considered becoming wealthy? I hear it's easier now with the tax breaks.
For our viewers keeping track at home, here's what this bill does. It makes rich people richer, poor people poorer, computers smarter, energy more expensive, and debt bigger. It's like Congress played a game of how can we make everything worse and won.
But Mike, there is a silver lining. With AI deregulation, maybe robots will become smart enough to run for Congress. And honestly, at this point, what's the worst that could happen?
Sarah, I think we just answered our own question about what could go wrong.
Fair point. Well, Well, folks, that's tonight's news. Tomorrow, we'll be covering the story of a man who paid his taxes in Bitcoin, got audited by an AI, and is now being detained by a solar-powered robot. It's 2025, everyone.
Before we go, remember, if you can't afford food because of the program cuts, just eat the rich. They're probably well marbled from all those tax breaks.
Mike, legal says we can't encourage that on air.
Right, sorry. Theoretical eating of the rich. For entertainment purposes only.
That's all for Nothing News Under the Sun. I'm Sarah Martinez.
And I'm Mike Thompson. Stay informed, stay caffeinated, and remember, if you see something, say something, especially if it's a robot trying to buy solar panels.
Good night and good luck explaining this to your kids.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe so you'll never miss a new story from us. Good night.